You may fire when ready, George.
We have a couple of special guests for you tonight, Groucho. The first is Dr. Robert Miller, who is director of the California Academy of Sciences. His partner is an old friend of yours, Mrs. James Mason. So, folks, come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Lie. Welcome to You Bet Your Lie. Say the secret word. Say the secret word and you'll divide an extra $100. And I know Pamela needs this desperately.
You want me to make up a word?
Oh, not at the moment, no.
Oh.
In a few minutes you can. I'm glad to see you, Pamela. You know, I've been in love with you for nigh under 50 years.
I always tell people that. What do you mean, 50 years? 43.
Well, I meant 15 years. Dr. Miller, I'm glad to see you. I've never been in love with you, and you're very fortunate. What kind of a doctor are you, Doc? Are you a horse doctor or a foot doctor?
Well, neither one, Groucho. I'm a zoologist.
And?
A zoologist.
What is that? What do you do?
I study animal life.
Oh, well, there's one right next to you there.
Good place to do it.
Yeah. You say you're a vegetarian, Doctor?
Quite the opposite.
You're a veterinarian, is that it?
Well, not quite that. A veterinarian...
Aren't you anything, Doctor?
Not much. A veterinarian treats animals, and the zoologist studies them.
I mean, what do you treat them to? You mean you take them out and for a soda on Sunday?
I don't treat them to anything. I just treat them fine.
Is this all you do? You clip French poodles for a living?
I'm a zoologist and an oceanographer.
What do you do there? Clip whales?
Oceanographers...
What is an oceanographer?
Oceanographers study the world beneath the surface of the sea.
Apparently, you, besides clipping French poodles, what else are you doing in the way of scientific research? You clip sheep?
I don't run a clip joint at all. I'm director of the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco.
Well, that's a real high-class job, isn't it? I apologize, Doc.
It's a high-class institution. California Academy of Sciences is the oldest scientific institution on the Pacific Coast, and it carries on a program of basic research in the natural sciences. It runs a museum of natural history, Steinhardt Aquarium, Morrison Planetarium.
Apparently you're one of the country's leading scientists. Huh?
Well...
And I hope you forget that I called you a poodle clipper, will you?
Oh, I will gladly forget that.
Forget about it. It's
Groucho.
one of those
pleasure.
remarks I made, you know, in a wild moment. Now, how much you get for clipping a poodle? Pamela, I know you're from South Bend, Indiana, but how do you like it there?
In South Bend, Indiana?
Yeah. Isn't that where you sprung from?
No.
Or hail from?
No.
Or whatever it is? Where are you from?
London.
London?
London,
Oh.
England.
You're not from Boston?
No.
No. You're in a play now called The Murder in the Red Barn.
That's right.
And I was there the opening night, and it was wonderful. Now, how
Well,
long
it's
do you...
ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it's ridiculous. Many wonderful things are ridiculous. Alice in Wonderland is ridiculous, too. And so is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, but that's nothing against it. Well, it's a lovely show, and I had a wonderful time that night. I think I insulted the whole cast.
Oh, you were marvelous. We kept some of the lines you used,
Oh,
and
did you?
we have a shill in the audience now. Is a shill a rude word?
Shill. No, shill is fine.
So anyhow, the shill stays in the
Pamela,
audience.
you've changed. That never used to stop you.
Well, I know that there are some words you're not allowed to... So sometimes some words that seem all right to me aren't all right in America.
That's
I mean,
true.
they're all right in England, but they're not all right here.
This also works the other way, too. Now, your husband, and I see you and your husband frequently at Hollywood parties, including your own. How do you feel about the legendary social world that is supposed to exist out here?
I don't really like parties much. I think that they're marvelous when you're hunting, but if you're married...
Would you mind explaining that expression?
Well, I mean, if you're hunting, if you're an unmarried or divorced lady...
Is that the way women describe it amongst themselves? I mean, as hunting?
I don't know if they do, but I would describe it as hunting. When you're looking for someone, then...
You mean you're on the prowl? Is that it?
Well, yes, in a way. You're sort of looking and hoping.
Boy, and the men think they pick out the women. Here's an example.
Well, the same thing applies to men.
Well,
they
I
also
know.
go hunting
Yes, that's true,
at
but...
parties.
allegedly the man is supposed to pursue the woman, isn't this true?
Only if she wants him to. I mean, it's very annoying if they pursue you when you don't want them to, isn't it?
And it's very annoying if they don't pursue you if you want them to.
Oh, yes, that's even worse.
That's even worse,
That's
isn't it? Are you interested in the sort of animal life that's going on here, Doc?
Quite, Groucho, yes.
Well, he's a man of many words, this fella. And it all consists of quite, huh? Well, Doc, I've enjoyed talking to you two. And Pamela, say hello to James in Portland for me, and good luck with your play.
Thank you.
George, would you bring out the questions, please? We got a couple of pretty sharp cookies here tonight, and we're liable to get ruined. What category have they selected?
You select the dictionary quiz, right?
Well, the doctor did. You see, I don't know any facts. I only know...
well, you know words.
Opinions.
For $200, if a choreographer is a dance director, what is a cartographer?
Person that draws maps.
So you're quite right,
You
Doctor.
have $200 and 3 more chances to make 5.
Which do you want? The middle? You take this one. You take this one.
For $200, if a banister... Oh, boy. If a banister is a stair railing, what is a barrister?
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
A lawyer. A lawyer.
A lawyer, that's right.
You now have $400 and 2 more chances
What do you
to
think?
earn some
One of
more.
those again? Yeah, sure. Let's stick to that.
Another 200.
If a harpoon is a spear, what is a lampoon?
Oh, it's a joking rhyme, isn't it?
Is satirical, tico.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. It's a joking rhyme. Right.
Lampoon is a satirical.
You don't go any further. Satire is fine.
You have $600 now, so this one's on the house, really.
Let's take the hard one.
Right. Which
Take a
one
hard
do you
one?
fancy?
That's
Any
the
special
300,
one
so-
of those?
Just reach in and pull one out.
For $300, if a mako is a shark, it's M-A-K-O. What is a shako? S-H-A-K-O.
Isn't that a colloquialism for
And if a mako is a shark, what is a shako?
It's kind of a hat.
That's right, military cap.
And you wound up with $900, which means that you will have a chance for $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000 a little later on.
Oh.
Congratulations. And same to you.
So, folks, come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
I bet you say that to everybody. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. You say the secret word, and you divide an extra $100 and take her home with you. I can't do better than that. Now, your name is David. You're David Brown, and you're
Alice Jones.
Alice Jones. Surely you don't plan on getting married with those names, do you? It would be criminal for a Jones to marry a Brown. Why do you two want to get married at all? You're both young people. You have your whole life before you.
Well, I don't even know.
I take it mere chance has thrown you here together tonight? I wish mere chance would throw something like this at me once in a while. Where are you from, Alice? Are you from, where art thou?
I'm from Edinburgh, Scotland.
You're from Scotland? Oh, you have lovely red hair, Alice. Where'd you get it?
Well, it's natural. It's mine.
Your hair is beautiful, Alice, and so are you, and don't ever change it.
Oh, thank you.
Again. Where do you spring from, Dave? Or
Here in Pennsylvania.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I'm a professional scout executive. Field scout executive.
You're a field scout executive?
Yes, I have a full-time job with the
You're a-
Boy Scouts of America.
Well, you're pretty old to be a Boy Scout, aren't you?
Well, I'm a professional Boy Scout. A scouter.
Well, what is the difference between an amateur Boy Scout and a brownie? You sell cookies house to house?
No, we don't.
Well, do you visit any cookies house to house?
No.
Do you know any cookies?
Yes. Depends on what kind of cookies.
Well, tell me, as a real experienced veteran scout, what do you think of Alice?
Pretty nice.
How many old ladies have you dragged across the street?
I've never...
I mean, unwillingly. You know, the minute they see an old lady, they grab them across the street. A lot of them don't want to go across the street. They want to stay where they are. I know one old lady, she hides whenever she sees a Boy Scout. Well, she's always on the wrong side where she wants to be. Not much fun being an old lady with the Boy Scouts around. Well, how many have you dragged across?
I've never helped any across. I think it's just a standard joke. It's not a policy of the Boy Scouts of America.
Has anybody ever dragged you across the street?
Please, I'm not an old lady.
Alice, have you got a steady boyfriend?
No, I date many.
Date many? I don't know him. What's his place name?
Oh, that's a secret.
What sort of fellas do you date when you date?
Oh,
A date?
I date many kinds, except most of them just have romance on their, their minds. And actually, there's an awful lot more to life than that.
You say there are other things in life besides romance?
Why, sure.
All right, I give up. What other things are there?
Well, take for instance...
I'll go along with you, huh?
There's a career, you can travel, meet people.
Well, why do you want to meet people if you're not interested in romance?
Well, I didn't say I wasn't interested in romance. There's a time and place for everything. Like, for instance, if you're at a show and you want to watch the show, well, you want to watch the show.
You sound like Gertrude Stein. If you want to watch a show, you want to watch a show, you want to watch a show. That's not much of a statement, you know. I mean, would you amplify this a little bit?
Well,
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, if you're in a drive...
When you go out with a fella, don't you expect to be romanced?
Well, yes.
Yeah, but why do you object to it?
I don't, but like if you're in a drive-in movie and you want to watch the drive-in show, and he's trying to distract you, well...
In what way? I don't understand. You say you go to a drive-in theater to see a movie?
Yes.
History is sadly being made here tonight. Suppose your date wants to get romantic. Let's say he's a sailor.
No.
No? Why?
Oh.
Sailors are crazy about girls. Let's say this man is a sailor. This is a mythical sailor. This is a hypothetical one. And he goes overboard. You know, sailors do that sometimes. Now, how do you handle a situation like that? Say you're watching a movie and this fiend wants to kiss you.
First of all, I start honking the horn. If that doesn't work, I spill a box of popcorn, throw a drink on the floor, press on the starter, and if that doesn't work, I grab the door and start walking home.
Oh, boy, you know all the evasions, don't you? No wonder this guy doesn't want to watch the movie, this sailor. You know, there's more going on in your car than there is on the screen. Alice, your problem is a most unusual one. It only happens to girls who go out with boys. Dave, did you ever get fresh, or let's say forward, with a pretty girl in a drive-in theater?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah. Did you ever take a girl to a drive-in theater?
Yes.
Did you ever take an attractive girl there?
Yes.
And you've never even reached for her hand? What a prosecuting attorney I would have made, huh? Well, let me put it this way. Are you the type, if she reaches for your hand, that you blow the horn?
No.
You say you've never tried to put your arm around a girl in a movie theater? In a drive-in, I mean?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
No, you better not. How about in a regular movie theater? Suppose you were sitting in the balcony, and the theater was filled with people smoking, and there was kind of a smoke screen there.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd be just as apt to do whatever I'm going to do without the smoke screen as with it.
In other words, you'd be rather careful up there.
Right.
Well, let's say you were on a lifeboat on a ship to Honolulu, and it was late at night, and fog overhung this whole boat, and the crew and the captain were all sleeping, and the boat was going to sink anyway. And there was this beautiful girl sitting next to you, pleading with you to put your arms around her and kiss her. What would be your reaction to this?
Probably just continue sitting there. I don't know what I'd be doing at the time.
You're a disgrace not only to the Boy Scouts, to the Girl Scouts, too. I'm disappointed in you. I'm only kidding, though. You're a real nice guy, and you're a credit to your organization.
Thank you, sir.
And that's about all you're ever going to get is credit. How would you like to take Alice on a hike sometime? Couldn't you show her how to look at the moss on the north side of the tree so she can tell which way the wind is blowing? Wouldn't you like to show her how to rub two sticks together and make a fire? And how to live off the land by eating roots and berries and helping old ladies across the boulevard?
I don't think we'd always live off the land. When we take a hike, we usually take dehydrated foods such as dried potatoes, dried fruits, vegetables, even tapioca pudding that's dried.
I don't see how you can resist him, Alice. Imagine taking a girl out and he's going to feed her dehydrated tapioca pudding. Well, it's obvious you're not interested in going on a hike with Alice or any place else. And I'd like one good reason why you take this depressing attitude.
I'm married.
You mean I've been wasting all this vitality and energy and you just got around to telling me you're married? You're just like all the rest of the married men. No married man is an Eagle Scout. They're just chicken scouts. Dave, didn't I read somewhere that all Boy Scouts are 50 years old this year?
Yes, starting in 1960, we are celebrating our 50th year in Scouting, our Golden Jubilee year. And next summer, we are holding our National Jamboree at Colorado Springs.
Who's going to make the tapioca this time?
Probably the Scouts there. There'll be over 50,000 of them from all over
Imagine 50,000 people sitting on the grass eating dehydrated tapioca pudding.
There'll be over 50,000 Scouts there from all over the country and from all parts of the world.
Would you like to attend this, Alice?
Eat dehydrated tapioca
No,
pudding?
you could bring your own grub. You don't have to. All right, well, let's play You Bet Your Life. George, please bring out the chicken box, the question box. What category have they chosen?
You selected movie quiz, right?
Well, all right, Alice, you choose the first question, huh?
$100 one. You know you have to make $500 to get a chance for the 10,000 at the end of the show.
Now, for $100, who plays the title role in the current version of Ben-Hur? Title role.
Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston is right.
You now have $100 and 3 more chances to make a total of 5. And you're picking another $100 question.
For $100, who played the title role in Auntie Mame?
You can answer this one.
Annie Mame. Or, I'm sorry, Rosin Russell.
Rosin Russell. You get your mind out of the drive-in.
You have 2 more chances to make a total of $500. So you're going to take another $100.
You're playing it real cool here, aren't you, huh? For $100, Danny Kaye starred in a movie titled The Five Pennies. Who was the band leader that he portrayed in the picture?
Red Nichols.
Red Nichols and the Sunset, that's right.
You now have $300, 1 more chance to make 5.
You go ahead and pick it.
Hey, they're pretty shifty, this couple here. No fools they. For $200, well, who stars opposite Debbie Reynolds in It Started With a Kiss?
Glenn Ford.
Glenn Ford is right.
And you win $500, so we'll see you later.
Congratulations.
2 couples entitled Try for the Big Money. Here's our first, Pamela Mason and Dr. Miller. Will you come back in again, please?
Well, you look very familiar to me,
I wonder
you two.
why.
Now, you pick a number for a total of $10,000, and we'll put the number up here. Any number from 1 to 10.
9.
9. Put up a 9. Now, Pamela, you pick one for 5.
5.
5. That's very sensible and very logical. That's a real woman's reaction. Now, if any other number comes up, this question is what I'm going to ask, is worth a total of $2,000. Okay? Oh, you got to spin the thing. Well, it's obvious. Your numbers were 5 and 9. It landed on 4. It was a close try, so this question is worth a total of $2,000. Joe Louis first won the World's Heavyweight Championship in 1937. For a total of $2 grand, whom did he defeat to win the title? Whom did he defeat?
could have been?
Come on, kids. If you don't know, guess.
Max Bear.
No,
No,
it was...
Max Smelling or Carnero.
no, it was James J. Braddock.
Never heard of him. Don't believe the one.
That's life, Pamela. I'm sorry you missed it, but you wound up with a total of $900. It'll keep you in food for the next 2 or 3 days, and thanks for being here. It was lovely having you.
Thank you.
Alice Jones and Dave Brown won $500 in the quiz, so they're back in to try.
Oh, well, congratulations. I hope you win. Okay, you pick a number for a total of $10,000, and we'll put it right up here.
5.
5. Put up a 5, George. You pick a number.
8.
8. 8 and 5. And now you spin the wheel. Well, not close enough, unfortunately. So this question is worth a total of $2,000. In 1948, Thomas Dewey ran for president. For a total of $2 grand, tell me who was Dewey's running mate.
Is it 1948?
Now, wait a minute. Maybe I better rephrase it. I knew you had the question wrong. That's why I want to set you straight. Who was the vice president that ran with Dewey in 1948? I'll give you 1 second. Give him 15 seconds. What's the answer?
I don't know.
Well, you've had 30 seconds. I can't give you any more. It was Earl Warren.
Guess we don't know our history.
I'm sorry you missed it, but you wound up with a total of how much? How much did you win altogether?
500.
Nice to have met you, and you're doing a wonderful job. You may fire when ready, George.
We have a couple of special guests for you tonight, Groucho. The first is Dr. Robert Miller, who is director of the California Academy of Sciences. His partner is an old friend of yours, Mrs. James Mason. So, folks, come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Lie. Welcome to You Bet Your Lie. Say the secret word. Say the secret word, and you'll divide an extra $100. And I know Pamela needs this desperately.
Do you want me to make up a word?
Oh, not at the moment, no.
Oh.
In a few minutes you can. I'm glad to see you, Pamela. You know, I've been in love with you for nigh under 50 years.
I always tell people that. What do you mean 50 years? 43.
Well, I meant 15 years. Dr. Miller, I'm glad to see you. I've never been in love with you, and you're very fortunate. What kind of a doctor are you, Doc? Are you a horse doctor or a foot doctor?
Well, neither one, Groucho. I'm a zoologist.
And?
A zoologist.
What is that? What do you do?
I study animal life.
Oh, well, there's one right next to you there.
Good place to do it.
Yeah. You say you're a vegetarian, Doctor?
Quite the opposite.
You're a veterinarian, is that it?
Well, not quite that. A veterinarian...
Aren't you anything, Doctor?
Not much. A veterinarian treats animals, and a zoologist studies them.
I mean, what do you treat them to? You mean you take them out for a soda on Sunday?
I don't treat them to anything. I just treat them fine.
Is this all you do? You clip French poodles for a living?
I'm a zoologist and an oceanographer.
What do you do there? Clip whales?
Oceanographers...
What is an oceanographer?
Oceanographers study the world beneath the surface of the sea.
Apparently, you, besides clipping French poodles, what else are you doing in the way of scientific research? Do you clip sheep?
I don't run a clip joint at all.